Welcome to the Divine Platform. This is yours truly, the Literati. All I do here is for the edification of the Most High and for the restoration of His kingdom. And yes, I can do all these things through Christ, which strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. And may the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Psalms 19:14. Yes, welcome to part 2. Please make sure to watch part 1, which is titled The Pope Saga, The Two Roberts. And also the first series in this video, there'll be a playlist. It's about the Pope. So watch that too, because it all builds on top of each other as I go forth. And Pope 2, the Pope Saga 2 is about the King of Pop, as the title says. So I'll be talking about the King of Pop and how it all ties in here. And it's going to be nuanced, so you might need to pause and take notes or watch it again. So I showed this in part 1 about the King of Pop, and also we know Melania Trump actually was a confirmation to me because of her dressing and the news articles talking about it. Okay, so in the first part I said that the King of Pop, that tagline led me to Mother Teresa and Princess Diana's death, which happened within days of each other. I think they died within 6 days of each other. Yes, Diana on the 31st and Mother Teresa on September the 5th. And I suggested that the death of Pope Francis and King Charles might happen within days of each other, but I have changed my mind because a stronger, that was just me thinking, by the way. It wasn't anything from God. It was just me trying to, no, it was me moving before I got all the information. Let me put it that way. But now I have a stronger confirmation with the codes and letters. And I have changed that. I think King Charles and Pope Leo, the death might occur within days of each other. It is possible that there's a pattern to be followed and that the Pope is there. This Pope is there to fulfill that role. The role of making this pattern complete. So let us see why I think that. Okay, so right away we see that the first letter of the tagline, the King of Pope, is KP, but then the King is Charles and the Pope is Leo. So that gives us KPLC. And it doesn't matter how you okay, the first one is King of Pop, right? That's a title, we know. It's out there. It's been out there since the days of Michael Jackson. Okay, and then the King is Charles and the Pope is Leo. So we can say King Charles and Pope Leo. So that's another logical statement to make. So that gives us the KPLC code, okay? So KPLC clockwise, and if we write it this way, we get KPLC anti-clockwise. Now, what is KPLC? And this is, I'm going to tie it all back in. I hope it makes sense. It's a bit nuanced, too nuanced actually. So this is the clue that was provided, obviously, with God giving me that title, the King of Pop, and then having this lady dressed and being compared to the King of Pop in the media. Okay, this screen is in the wrong place, but still it makes sense. Okay, so KPLC, we have the Kenya Power and Lighting Company, and that's obviously based in Kenya, and this is their logo. Look at their logo, because we'll talk about that. This Okay, what is the other KPLC? We have KPLC, that's a station in Lake Charles, Louisiana. And we know this Pope Leo. It's confusing because his name is Robert Francis, but now he's Pope Leo. He said he's man, he's Black Creole Haitians Louisiana, because from Louisiana. So they just had to bring that out there. But then we have Lake Charles, like King Charles. So that's how the KPLC, you see how that this code is coming together. And then CW, that's a station, Charles William. I've always said this, Charles the King, William the Prince. So after Charles comes William. And then they have a lot of sevens, but I won't talk about that. Okay. And yeah, oh, I didn't even see that I had this here. Pope Leo has Creole roots in New Orleans, a blessing for the diaspora. For the diaspora. This man is now part of us, I guess. In New Orleans, that's Louisiana. So even this KPLC as a station ties both of them in. Okay, let me see what's next up here. Oh yes, I've always said that they want William to ascend into the seat, and they're being delayed. We reveal, we expose them, we kind of take away their power. Just exposing them takes away their power. Then they have to go back and regroup and reconfigure and reroute, and that's delaying them. But this came out on May 16th. Prince William has now officially received his brand new royal title from his father, King Charles III, during a rare royal ceremony. So he has now been officially installed as the Great Master of the Order during the ceremony. Of course, that's all Freemasonry work. The service included the oath-taking and installation of 5 knights. Okay, so Charles the King was previously installed as Great Master by his mother, the late Elizabeth II, back in 1975. Okay, so this is all Freemasonic activity going on, but to me, he's clearly preparing, he's handing off the power, he's going through the rituals he's supposed to go through. Yeah, and he does this after Pope Leo is selected and 2 days before he's actually inaugurated. So it's this wave, the Jupiter, because King Charles III, then we have Jupiter the third. So that third also, they're playing that number. Okay, let's see what else happens. Yes, so I think this on May 16th, the same day that King Charles and Prince William are going through this ceremony, in Kenya, the Freemason Hall was closed down, but then it was later reopened after the Scottish Freemason person flew into Kenya, I guess, to renegotiate. So this is the power they're tapping into for this particular ritual. But it's all tied with the Pope and the Ganymede and the West Africa as well. There's a power struggle going on here. Let me keep it moving here. Okay, there's another, is it anagram? Anagram for KPLC is KCPL, and that's Kansas City Power and Light. What I want us to note here is that the colors are similar, the blue, green, And then I've told you about my Kansas story, you know, from Kenya to Kansas. Okay, that KCP also, I've talked about KCP, the Kenya Secondary of Primary Education. When I talked about, I think, what was it? It was the Super Bowl. So those colors are quite important, especially the green in this one. But I won't dwell on that. I just want to play out the KPLC code, King of Pop, King Charles, Pop Leo. Let's look at the logo. Kenya Power. This is that logo, the jet pillar. It represents the spine of Osiris. Osiris, yes. So thus far we can see from Pop Fafo to the Pop Saga, the King of Pop to King Charles and Pop Leo, and now we get to Kenya and to Kenya Power. So this is unpacking all the symbolism and why the logo specifically says Kenya Power. Okay. We know they're always going back to Kenya for something, and even this Pope was there in 2024. I think maybe that's where that witchcraft was done, to where he's now Pope. And then we know that the king was there in 2023. And just as an FYI, this man is probably the one who controls this one. This is his agent. He's the one who you guys don't even know the half of it. This man is probably the one who controls all this. But when we look at it, it's inverted. We think it's the opposite. No, these are their agents. That's why they have to keep on going back to see them and pay homage to their big bosses. People don't even get it. Anyway, let's move on. So the jet, also known as Waj, Zed, and Uwaji, in Greek, possibly the pharaoh known as Wenephes or possibly Atothis, was the fourth pharaoh of the first dynasty, successor of Jer. Jet's Horus name means Horus Cobra or serpent of Horus. So Jet is both a pillar that represents the spine of Osiris, and according to literature, it's also an entity. Yeah. So I've underlined spine of Osiris to show you. No, not spine, sorry. Serpent of Horus. Or even spine of Osiris actually could work, but this is the serpent of Horus. Okay. Trump is the serpent, Obama is the Horus. And if you say spine of Osiris, Trump is the spine, Obama is the Osiris. Okay, Trump is the serpent, Obama is the Horus. Trump is playing the Antichrist role, or even John the Baptist preparing the way for Obama, the abomination that causes desolation. Okay, let me see, let me keep it moving. And incidentally, 2025 is the Chinese Year of the Snake. I don't know what that means. I'm not into horoscopes. Though when I was in the world, I would look at these things. I can't believe I used to do that. Okay, on Trump's Truth Social Media, and I bring this up to show you that everything leads back to Obama. A lot of people out here don't believe that. He posted this, or he reposted what somebody else posted. All roads lead to Obama. This article, I think, is talking about deep state and them being brought to prosecution. That's a distraction. It's a diversion. It's a distraction. These people are all working together. We know that. So all roads lead to Obama. So Trump retweeted this. All roads lead to Obama. And then we know he's the serpent because he said it when he said it in that poem. You know, you knew that I was a snake when you picked me. So this poem that Trump likes to read is written by Oscar Brown Jr. Oscar Brown Jr. was born in Chicago, and he looks Obama-ish to me, doesn't he? Okay, and then the initials of his name, OB, is a mirror image for Barack Obama. Okay, so Trump is preparing the way for Obama. How did we get there? Yes, from KPLC, King of Pop. So it's all leading us back to the abomination that causes desolation. Okay, we talked about Jeut, the DJT code. So this is still a lesser person than he was always under the king. So Trump is the DJT, was a general under the ancient Egyptian king. Okay, so there's Trump, but ultimately comes Obama. Yeah, he is known as the main hero of the tale of the taking of Joppa. Yeah, he's he's taking up all this, or threatening to take up all these lands. So they're still playing the same script over and over again. He's the overseer of troops, overseer of the northern foreign countries, the king's scribe. He's rewriting the laws right now as we speak, isn't he? To favor his big boss, Satan, right? Yeah, you can watch this DJT code for more information where I connect, where I kind of clearly state how how do I say it? Watch it please. Okay, I guess this is it. I'm rushing through it because I want to make it kind of short, but this is what I've shown thus far. So first was Pop Fafo, then came Trump Fafo, and then King of Pop, and then we have King Charles and Pop Leo, and then we get that anagram KP. Is it anagram or acronym? I'm getting confused here. KPLC. We get Kenya Power, the logo, then Jet, and then Serpent of Horus, and then Trump and Obama. So whatever they do, it leads us back to the Antichrist. Okay. So Micah 2:1 says, "Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand." That is what they're doing right now. They're working evil, and they're practicing it right in front of our faces. They are of their father, John 8:44, the devil, and the lusts of their father they will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him, none. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. What they speak is the destruction that I keep on saying, talking about. Do not be distracted. See what they're doing and walk away fast. Denounce it, reject it, refuse it, rebuke it. Yes, that's it. And in part 3 will be a summary, a potpourri of things. So please watch that too. Yes, thank you so much for watching. Questions, comments, suggestions are always welcome. If this resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe. We must reach as many people as possible. Remember, all is truth. There can only be truth. Everything else is a distraction. Do not be distracted. Thank you, and see you in the next. Thank you very much. Thank you.